What's up, guys? I'm Greg.
I'm John.
We're looking forward to this, and we're running late to this. Apologies.
Arthur, does it help to have someone to talk to?
I know.
My mother always tells me to smile and put on a happy face.
Oh. So you were never
She
really
told
here.
me I had a purpose. To bring laughter and joy to the world.
Ooh.
Is it just me? Or is it getting crazier out there?
Though your heart is aching, smile.
I'm loving this.
This is cool.
Daisy Beats. Arkham State Hospital. Okay. Whoa.
Right, Terry Henry.
Nice. Oh. Oh, I love this.
Yeah, dude, this is. Oh.
Gotham's lost its way. What kind of coward would do something that cold-blooded? Someone who hides behind a mask.
Oh, that's so
I
weird.
used to think that my life was a tragedy.
De Niro. Perfect king of comedy tribute. Yeah.
It's a comedy.
Good line.
Yeah.
Oh, hell yeah.
Just
It sounds like the texts have had a lot of like the Gotham show Liz, sometimes.
Or
the
episodes of
trailers.
Wayne.
Or Wayne. That's more what I was thinking of. Yeah.
Oh, I want to watch that again.
That's freaking.
That looks
that was
really
really cool. That was really cool. Listen, guys. Okay, we're gonna talk about this briefly, and we're gonna do a trailer breakdown for you guys. But I wanted to mention before we hop into some thoughts here. Wait till after. It would be so great if you guys could go ahead and follow us over at our Patreon page. We do weekly Q&As over there, as well as TV show reaction stream-alongs for shows like My Hero Academia, Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. I did all of Attack on Titan, almost done with the first season of One Punch Man, Supernatural, Haunting of Hill House, and of course Gotham. And then there's some shows that have reaction highlights included. Those are One Punch Man, My Hero Academia, Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, and My Hero Academia. Yeah, did I say that already? Supernatural. One of those. There's 4 of them. And yeah, we'll be covering Game of Thrones. So it'd be great if you guys hopped over to our Patreon page.
Yeah.
Anywho, some very quick thoughts on this.
It looks awesome.
It looks awesome. DC has really taken a shift into a much lighthearted tone.
This is really family friendly, you know. Really copying the Marvel formula, but to great effect.
No, this is bringing back a lot more of that darkness. I mean, you have to bring it back to that.
Oh, yeah,
especially if you're doing Joker. I love the cinematography here. This feels like a filmmaker's movie.
Well,
I kind of get a 70s film. I hear it's in the 80s, but it kind of feels like a 70s film.
It feels like a 70s movie, maybe about the 80s, because I can definitely get a sense for that Scorsese vibe that they've been talking about with this.
It's
like,
a lot more of a glossier look,
Yeah.
like not
like
in terms
circa
of
a comic book.
yeah, like in terms of who's the environment around has this more glossy look, and of course Joaquin Phoenix, you know, like we've been saying for months, like we know he's gonna do a great job.
Oh
you know?
yeah, well, he looks just like such a creature in this trailer, and especially the ways that they're playing up like his weird gaunt physicality, along with all the different clown looks and stuff like that. Like it really looks like a deranged performance, and it honestly did kind of remind me of like a demented version of You Were Never Really Here. The way he's like with his mom, he's like giving her a bath and stuff like that.
And that's a lot of King of Comedy to me too, because of like the comedian living with his mom still at such an old age, taking care of them. Yeah, so a little bit of that, definitely some Taxi Driver vibes too, you know. So
which is like such a cool combo, especially like to see King of Comedy get some love, you know.
Yeah,
even in a subtle way.
But those moments, I mean, I feel like you got like two different laughters here that I just really appreciated, because the first laughter, you know, I remember like,
And
he's like trying to force himself to smile because he's all depressed and stuff, or you know, he's like really lost his soul. You can feel it, and that first laughter feels like forced and trying to laugh to like, I don't know, hide grief or something like that.
It's like almost that ironic break where all you can do is laugh.
And then the second laugh when he's on the subway station is when he's just really fully cracking. You know?
Yeah. Well, just so much of his just physical presence in this trailer looks like a guy on edge. You know, looks like a guy teetering between sanity and I don't know, just breaking inside.
I love that he's trying to like form an identity too. You know, like he's really searching for an identity. And this is some great. And I think I saw an image of like, I mean, I want to say some stuff for the breakdown because, you know, as I was listening to this, I was also hearing some lines here that I'm like, damn, these are just some really great lines. You know, there's some great lines of dialogue that I was very much into, and he did one of those things where you lost like a ridiculous amount of weight for the role, as you should. You know, totally if you're gonna be the Joker too, because I kind of, what's the word I'm looking for here? This doesn't feel like a comic book movie. This doesn't feel like a big blockbuster by any stretch. This feels like a Joaquin Phoenix joint, you know?
It feels like a demented character study crime story.
Yeah,
you know, like it feels like a grounded crime story. Like even just the way he's like dancing with that gun, it gives you a sense of danger without having to feel like a giant superhero type battle or something super sci-fi, which is just a cool side of this to pull it back to.
Yes,
you know?
This feels like icky.
Yeah, right? It feels like uncomfortable.
An emotionally unsettling type of... I kind of get this impression that as he's evolving, I think with the Arthur Fleck, I think is his name, right? I imagine that with Arthur Fleck in the beginning, when you're watching him like when you're watching him, you know, take care of his mom and who he is first, I think it could be potentially a transformation where you're like, I kind of don't want him to go crazy. I kind of don't want him to transform because I really like this guy and I want him to be all right. You know?
Yeah. Well, it looks like there's so many little altercations where people just go out of their way to be a dick to him. So, like, I bet they're going to play up your sympathy on that too and really make you, feel for him before he snaps and becomes irreprehensible.
It seems like everything's going to fall apart because, like, the impression I'm getting is, you know, you see him that looks like he's on a date with Zazie Beetz or something. Yeah. I imagine his mom probably dies, and when he just loses everything, and this is who he turns into. But yeah, I want to go back and like listen to some of those lines again because those it's been a while since I've heard like just a bunch of lines from a trailer. I'm like, this is really
excited about
cool dialogue. And of course, you know, you do see Robert De Niro when he's about to go on a talk show, which is pure King of Comedy reference, which I very much appreciate. Like, you know, sometimes
it's an underrated Scorsese joint.
Yeah, I think it's become appreciated more as time has gone on, and when sometimes with self-aware things, I feel like there's a line that you can sort of cross that's like kind of off-putting, but for this, you're like, nah, that's cool. Totally. Pay direct tribute. Why not? Let it happen.
Yeah, you know. I mean, he was supposed to be involved with this movie anyway, so I feel like it makes some sense.
Yes. Hey, listen, before we wrap this video up, I would like to give a Patron of the Day shout out to a man named Broen Magson. Broen Magson is a very handsome man from Australia.
Oh, yeah.
And I got to apologize to you, dude. This dude sent me a very long message a couple months ago. I replied to it a couple months ago. And then he sent me a message a couple days ago saying, why haven't you replied to me? And he thought like I was offended. He thought all these things of, and I'm like, what are you talking about? I replied like a whole monologue to you that was at least 3 pages worth of reading material.
Yeah.
and what? And then he didn't get it. So now in my inbox is sitting 2 replies, 2 different monologues. I have a novel to read from him. So give me about a month. I will get back to you as soon as possible, buddy. I'm sorry that you were offended. I'm sorry that you did not get my earlier message, but I copy and pasted it, and hopefully everything turns out all right.
Hey.
I know it's a weird shout out, but I want to put this out there for the world to know. All right, guys,
Transparency.
what do you think of this Joker trailer? Are you excited for the ultimate Joaquin Phoenix portrait like this? He looks great.
Yeah, man.
You guys can subscribe to the Reject Nation, click that notification bell, and go ahead and check us out on Patreon. Look out for our trailer breakdown.